there, friends of Fredericksburg. I'm Kitty with Go Local FXBG, and I'm here today with Grace with Hope for Horses, a local nonprofit. And we are going to be featuring Hope for Horses as our nonprofit in July at the Courtyard Marriott during our Trivia for a Cause series. That's going to be every Thursday night from 6 to 8. Thank you so much, Grace, for joining me today. And if you wouldn't mind, give me a little bit of information about Hope for Horses.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. So Hope for Horses is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3. And I like to say that we focus on off-the-track thoroughbreds, but really we take any horses in need. We do have a soft spot for the race horses. We all, I know, just probably learned the Kentucky Derby happened, yes. Right? So we really, really want to help that facet of the horse industry. So we focus on rehabilitation. That could be mental, physical, retraining, and rehoming. So we don't really want to focus at the moment on sanctuary horses.
Okay.
We really want to focus on horses that can join the community again after they've been rehabilitated or retrained.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. That's really cool. And yeah, the Kentucky Derby, that was really big this year. So
it's exciting.
Yeah. So when it comes to something like that, what is the lifeline of a Derby horse generally as far as their racing career?
Yeah. So I'd like to think that we would get a Derby horse into our program at some point, but if they're that good, they probably won't enter our doors. So we tend to get horses that maybe their racing career is over due to sometimes they just choose not to race anymore.
Okay.
They just maybe get what we would call a little sour, as in they've raced a few times and the horses are just uninterested in running anymore. So there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah.
They're done. Sometimes they might have sustained an injury. And I know that is talked about a lot, but I really like to think of racehorses like our marathon runners and our Olympic athletes who also sometimes have a pull or a strain or a rolled ankle, right? So it's not career ending. They're kind of done racing now. And so it's able to be rehabilitated and, go somewhere else for a riding career. So we get some that have made a lot of money, but not Derby money.
Not Derby money. Fair enough. So as far as your funding goes, do you just rely on community support solely, or do you get grants or federal funding? How does that work for you guys?
Yeah, so we started in 2013 in California. We moved to Virginia solely last year at the beginning of 2020, actually middle of 2024. We became Virginia-based solely. When that happened, we became completely volunteer run. So we don't have a single paid employee on the books. And so we're volunteer run. So we definitely rely on community support and donations, other volunteers to help us on site or behind the scenes. We do get grants. We are nationally accredited through the TAA, which is Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
Okay.
And we're partners with some other large horse, leaders and charities around the country. And so we can apply for grants in the horse industry. So we like to hit those when they come around yearly.
Of course. Fantastic. That's wonderful. So is there anything else that you would like the community to know about Hope for Horses as far as volunteering or funding or anything that our community can help you with for your cause?
Yeah, so volunteering is huge. We do like on-site volunteers to help with the horses and farm stuff, but not everybody is into that or can do that. So we actually have committees, like a fundraising committee or an events committee. And so there are things that people can do from home, and it doesn't even have to be necessarily in this area, right? You can help with social media. So we would love more on-site volunteers, but also volunteers that just want to help reach out to other community partners, maybe like you guys, right? And put us in touch with, the community in different ways.
I love that. So I was actually at your Wild West Barn party back in November, and that was a lot of fun. It looks like you have a lot of good people that are very interested in your cause and great volunteers. It was a great time. But thank you, Grace, so much for just giving us a little piece of information about Hope for Horses. In Fredericksburg, if you're looking to support Hope for Horses, they have a website, a Facebook page, and you can come out for trivia yoga for a cause at the Courtyard Marriott on Thursdays in July from 6 to 8, where we'll be featuring Hope for Horses as our monthly nonprofit for July. Thanks, Fredericksburg.
Thanks.